Hey guys, so we are going over in this video today the absolute 3 best hip flexor stretches and ways for you to follow along at home. So I'm going to be performing them for you in the video. You do them exactly as I do and see which one works for you. My name is Dawn. I work at Performance Place Sports Care. I am just one part of the locally world famous chiropractors here in Orange County, California. We've had a lot of requests to go over hip flexor stretches. Some people seem to be doing certain stretches at home. And what we're noticing is that maybe they're just going through it a little too passively, meaning they're just really dumping into the hip, into the low back, and not activating certain muscles around that area that could help aid in getting into a deeper stretch and helping turn on areas that support around the hip flexor itself. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below. Let us know which of the 3 exercises or stretches actually worked best for your hip flexor, whether it be one or all. We'd love to hear about it. All right, so let's get into it. The first one I'm going to do is going to be one that most of you may be trying at home, but I'm going to add a little bit of a couple of different cues for you to see if it helps with your hip flexor stretch and getting deeper into it. So I'm going to pretend like my right hip flexor is the one that I am doing today. And in the video, my head's gonna get cut off, but that's okay because that's not the important part. The important part is what is going on down here, okay? So I am getting into this type of position here, okay? My right hip flexor is the one that I am trying to activate. Actually, I'm gonna switch it up so you guys can see better. Left one now, okay? So left one is the one that I'm doing, all right? And most of you may be getting a deep hip flexor stretch like so, okay? So you see how I feel a certain pull right here and I feel like I'm really stretching this area, but I also feel like some crazy compression in my low back right here and it feels like my glute is just turned off, okay? So one of the things we want to try to do is one thing, protect the low back so it doesn't drive any more irritation into this area, and also turn this glute on because when this turns on, this turns off and it may help with some of the symptoms that you're having. So instead we're going to get back into this position here. What I'm gonna do is activate my core. How I'm gonna do that is pretend like somebody's about to punch me right here. And all I'm gonna do is stiffen up, okay? So I feel that stiffness now, not a crazy amount, but I want you guys to just feel the activation in your abs here, okay? So once I have that stiffness here, I'm then going to squeeze this left butt cheek as hard as I can, like so. I already, once I do that, feel like this starts to straighten out a little bit, and I already have a major stretch going on here. So now keeping this active and this active, I'm gonna lean forward just slightly. I don't even have to go that far before now I feel this tremendous deep stretch in this area here, okay? So again, stiffen up here, activate here, keep that activation and lean forward and hold and breathe. You guys can hold for 30 seconds to a minute, or you can rep it out like so, okay? Just come, feel the stretch, breathe, come out of it. And again, and you may notice the more you do this, the deeper you'll be able to get into that stretch each time you try it, okay? One thing I'm going to add to this is I'm just gonna take my cupping set that I have here, but you guys can take a pillow, you can take anything you need that's gonna give your back foot a little bit of elevation, and that gives you a little bit more of a stretch, okay? So I'm gonna put my foot now up here, get back into that same position, okay? Activate, activate, and lean. So now even in here, it's getting down into my quad a little bit too. All those muscles that are attached to that hip flexor itself, I start to feel a little bit more of a stretch down in here, okay? So I want you guys to try that one at home. Hold and breathe for 30 seconds to a minute, or rep it out, maybe 10 to 15 reps, and see what works for you guys. Always use something as a test beforehand. Hey, sitting down hurts my hip flexor. I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna get up and see if sitting down feels better afterwards. That's how you know it's gonna work for you, okay? The next one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my table here. And this time around, I'm using my right hip here. And I'm gonna put it on the table, and this one we're doing for reps, okay? You guys can do this on a coffee table at home, you can do it on your bed, whatever works for you, but here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get onto the table here with just my right leg. So pretend like I'm laying here. But now I'm gonna scoot this way, bring one leg off, okay? And in this position here, now what I'm gonna do is press up. All right, and back down. Keeping everything nice and lax, just activate the booty a little bit, and using all arm strength to press up, keeping this hip down onto the table. Feel that stretch and come right back down. Try this out for some reps. Do about 20 of these and see what works for you guys, okay? So I'm supporting myself with the foot that's off here and with my hands here, and I'm just going through repetitions. Again, use something as a test before and after to see if this is what's working for you, okay? That's how we use it here in the office to know that we're choosing the right thing for people. So that's 2 ways so far. The last one is actually my absolute favorite. This one here really ties in turning on the glutes, turning on the core, and helping get deeper into that hip extension movement, okay? So I'm gonna take a band like this. We like to use these really thick ones in the office here. These thick ones we use only because it helps fatigue people out quicker. So we use our time more efficiently with having people just try to do 50 of these and then they're done, okay? If you guys have something thinner, that's fine. It might just take you a little longer to reach that fatigue point, which is okay. But that's the important part, is reaching a point of fatigue. Don't just do it to a warm-up, do it to the point where, I feel my butt really activating. I can't really do anymore, now I'm gonna stop. That's what I want for you guys, okay? So I'm gonna get on my back here. And again, now that we're flipped over, nothing changes. We're gonna activate the core here, okay? We're gonna activate the booty by pressing outward against the band, okay? So I'm gonna kind of turn this way so you guys can see I'm pressing out like this, okay? Core, booty, press through the heels, and really press high, high, high. I feel a little bit of a stretch into my hip flexors here, but my booty's really turned on and my core is really turned on. I'm gonna go for reps of these, okay? Keeping the band wide the entire time with my knees, squeezing the cheeks at the top, feeling the stretch here, not in the low back, but through the hips, and come down. If you guys are feeling like you're dumping into your low back, maybe put a little weight on your belly here. That'll stiffen you up and it'll keep you nice and neutral, so now you're only moving through the hips. So at least so I can continue to talk, I don't want to do this to fatigue. You guys pause the video at home if you need to. Try this out, okay? This is such a good movement for the hip flexors, a great stretch for the hip flexors, a great way to get the booty turned on and help strengthen around that area. So those are 3 of my favorite exercises to do for hip flexor tightness, hip flexor strains, just really people with symptoms in that hip flexor area and they're wanting to stretch it out, but it's not working. All right, guys, and again, if one of those stretches worked really, really well for you, please let us know. Leave a comment below. We like to keep count of which ones work best for people so we can share more about them. If you guys like this and you want to know more about what to do for your hip flexors, go to our channel. Somewhere around this video, you can click on the little P. That'll take you to our channel where you can like and subscribe. Turn on your notifications because then you guys get a notification on your phone or on your desktop when we release new videos for hip flexor stuff. We have tons of educational videos on our channel describing to you what might be causing your symptoms. We have better exercises, better stretches for this area. We have tons of stuff. Just go in the search bar on our channel, you can type in hip flexor, okay? So we would love to hear from you guys. If you want some more guidance for this, reach out to us, send us an email, call us. We are located in Orange County and we would love to see you in person. It's the best way to get treatment for this area and to resolve this all together. We also are doing virtual visits too. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you would just have to reach out to us and let us know. Talk to you soon.